Good morning to one and all. There are many cars on the road today, as we can all see. And because of all these cars, there is a lot of traffic. What does this traffic cause? These traffics cause accidents. And what do accidents entail? It entails loss of life. So because of this, the government would implement color coding. But first, what is color coding? Color coding is a segregation of public utility jeepneys into colors, and this set colors would limit when will they be allowed on the road. So, as the premise, we would set this debate for only having two colors, and that these two colors would be, this one color would be allowed to only going to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the other color will be the rest, which is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So, how would the government like to implement this color coding? We would implement this color coding in this way. If this particular color of the PUJ would like to drive, it would be only on that set date. And on the next day, he would not be allowed to drive. And on the following day after that, he would be driving. So basically, it would be like the two colors be interchanging. When would they be allowed to go on the road? But first, before I move on to my arguments, what is the burden of the government? The government should prove to the crowd why should we implement color coding. To prove our case, I have one argument. This argument is that people or society must give up some of their rights to have the government take care of them. What does this mean? This is the concept of social contract. What exactly is social contract? Social contract is when the government takes care of its people, but the citizens will have to give up some of their rights so that this government can take care of them. For example, if I am a citizen of, let's say, if I'm a citizen of the Philippines, and the next I have the freedom of speech, but to take care of so that the government can take care of me, I should give up some of my rights of speech so that the government can fully take care of me. So what if there is this concept of social contract? So what exactly? It entails that if we give up some of our rights, the government will be able to take care of us properly so that we can live our lives fully without having to be afraid of certain dangers. For example, I will give an example for this argument, for this motion. For example, I am a jeepney driver. If I'm a jeepney driver driving around the city in this day, and then on the next day I don't. But on this day which I drive, I'll be able to have the passengers for myself and for my group, for the group of my same drivers. So what that entails is that I would have that profit to myself, and it will be an easier time for me to drive because there will be less traffic. So what does this mean if there is less traffic? This means that if there is less traffic, there would be less accidents. If there is less accidents, it will save lives. So why is it important to save lives? As we all know, life is important to people. Since it is important to people, the government should take care of this because it is important to people. So it will go back to social contract, that we must give our right to drive on the road as we want, so that our right to life would be protected, and it would keep us in the government, keep the government to take care of us. So what if the government so what if we give up our rights so that the government would take care of us? If we would give up these rights, we would still be able to live our lives freely, because these rights are not to be taken away just because they want to take it away. There's a reason behind why they're taking away these specific rights. The reason behind why they're taking away these rights is because they want to protect the citizens, which are part of their government. Later. If the government wants to take care of its people, which it should, because it is mandated by the people that they should take care of them, the government would take care of them, but they have to take away some of their rights. So if they take away some of their rights, even if they take away some of their rights, it would not matter, because we would still not be killed, because our rights would still be, it would just be taken away some of our rights, not all of our rights would be taken. So it will still be the same. Why is it important that this is so? It's important because for the government to take care of us, we should give up our rights. And as a tie back to how does the social contract reflect back on the motion? It reflects back because with social contract, it will protect lives, and if it protects lives, it will be falling on the role of the government, which is to protect lives, which will be further explained by Deputy Prime Minister. As a conclusion, I have given a total of one argument, which is social contract. Now, for the counter burden of the opposition, what opposition needs to prove is that why shouldn't we implement color coding? With that, I end my speech. Thank you.
Speaker spoke for 7 minutes. Thank you, Prime Minister. Now to present the clash, we'd like to call on Leader of Opposition.
Okay, first of all, good afternoon to each and every one, members of this House, the government side and the opposition side. The motion, this House would implement color coding in Iloilo City. We in the opposition side would not implement color coding in Iloilo City, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, let me point out some of the flaws of the government side, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, they keep on saying about the rights of the people, ladies and gentlemen. But isn't it that rights are absolute, ladies and gentlemen? And point of clarification, ladies and gentlemen, the right that they are talking about is eminent domain, ladies and gentlemen. And that eminent domain means that it is taking of private property due to public interest, but with just compensation, ladies and gentlemen. But how come that they keep on saying that it is taking the right of the public, when in fact that this eminent domain is just talking about private, ladies and gentlemen, and they keep on talking about the safety and welfare of the people and of the commuters, ladies and gentlemen. But I will ask them, what is the connection of this to the motion, where in fact that no one is endangered because of this traffic, ladies and gentlemen. Before that, to proceed, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening in the Philippines, specifically in Iloilo City right now, is that this color coding is not implemented, ladies and gentlemen. So we in the opposition side, what is our response to that? Our response to that is that instead of color coding, we are going to strengthen the ongoing 2013 Perimeter Boundary Ordinance, ladies and gentlemen, entitled number 2013-344, ladies and gentlemen. Because on the first place, if this color coding is really visible, then why is it wasn't passed before, ladies and gentlemen? Next is, How are we going to do this? We are going to do this by adding additional purposes by the city government to be monitored, controlled, and regulated by the LTFRB and LTO, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to proceed with my team split, I, as the leader of the opposition, will talk about what is exactly good, or better in this public perimeter boundary ordinance, and my deputy leader of the opposition will talk about its benefits to the society, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, this 2013 perimeter boundary ordinance, which was passed last year, is very visible, ladies and gentlemen. Where in fact it is already applied in Iloilo City, ladies and gentlemen, and let us stick to the status quo that currently there is no problem, and if there are problems, it is just minor problems and can be solved, ladies and gentlemen. Now, talking about this visibility of this PBO, ladies and gentlemen, this PBO regulates the cars, thus regulating traffic, ladies and gentlemen. Because I won't read the whole ordinance because it will took me time. What I'm going to say here is why is it important, ladies and gentlemen. It is important because it regulates traffic, ladies and gentlemen. If you are going to question to what is the liability of the government, ladies and gentlemen, it is stated in the city ordinance that those drivers who will not do the law, or violate the law, will have penalty, ladies and gentlemen. And what are these penalties? They shall be liable to pay a fine of 1,000 pesos for the first offense, 2,000 pesos for the second offense, and 3,000 pesos for the third and succeeding offenses, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we in the opposition side is clear to our stand that we should not implement this color coding, ladies and gentlemen. One thing also is it promotes equality, ladies and gentlemen. Equality in what way? Equality, it means that all drivers are not deprived to travel, ladies and gentlemen. Not deprived to travel in a way that, because the government side is saying that a certain driver will just travel from Monday every other day, ladies and gentlemen. But we will ask them what is the importance of it, and how are you going to deal with those drivers that is not going to travel with that day? Are you the one who's going to feed them? Exactly, no, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what we in the opposition side is saying, that it promotes equality, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not going to add burden, because as we have stated in our proposal that we are going to add car passes, ladies and gentlemen, thus providing the PUJ drivers to gain income for a living, ladies and gentlemen. So, as a recap, we in the opposition side is saying that we should not implement this color coding. Instead, we should strengthen. We should strengthen this ongoing 2013 perimeter boundary ordinance in order, because we in the opposition side believes that this PBO is passed because this is for the greater benefit and for the greater welfare of Iloilo City, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I temporarily rest our case.
Speakers speak for 6 minutes and 34 seconds. Thank you, Leader of Opposition. After you build your case and explain the disappearance of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon. So before I jump into our arguments, allow me first to point out some of the flaws pointed out